It is O'Kahan Agave right here at Taco Lou down here in Jack's Beach area. But we're here to talk about one of the single bottles. It is one of the Ensambles. It is the Purple Heart, or the Angustifolia and Lyobaa. So a few things about this off the bat. We know it's 45% ABV. That is the same as the Red Hearts. The two Ensambles are 45%. And they're both mixed at a 70 to 30% difference. So we have a 7% Angustifolia, which is an espadín, and then we have the 30% of the Lyobaa. The reason we went with that, we mentioned in the past, is that it's based on my palates. When you start getting away from that 70-30, you're really going to start venturing more. If you went more towards the 40 on the Lyobaa, it can be overpowering, and same with the Habali on the Red Heart. Same concept there. So we kind of keep that 70-30 mix. It allows the soul of mezcal being the espadín and Angustifolia. It truly is the soul of mezcal. It allows that to have its flavoring, which is kind of a little more sweeter side. And then you have the Lyobaa that has a little more of a citrus side. So it delivers well with the palate. To me, when I drink it, I find it complex. A lot of wine enthusiasts and bourbon enthusiasts and Scotch especially really enjoy the Purple Heart because it has that flavoring for it, and it just each sip is just more complex than the next, and you're discovering something new about it. That's what I love about it. The cultivation of it, we have a wild cultivation, which is more on the Lyobaa side, and then you have the actually cultivated in rows on the espadín and Angustifolia side. We do get some of the espadín, some wild, but the majority of it is all primarily cultivated in the fields. We do allow the weeds in a natural area, plants and so forth, to grow around it because it gives it that natural kind of that energy that comes with the good agave plant needs to have that energy from the plants, the wildlife, and so forth around it to help it maintain the positive vibes and give it a great mezcal taste. The two primary mezcaleros on this are the espadín, because I told you earlier, the espadín and Angustifolia, we use that as our standard across the board on all of our ensembles because that Angustifolia, to me, is probably one of the best espadín and Angustifolias out there. So we maintain it as our base. And that is from mi maestro, Ferrari Monterosa. He's my maestro mezcalero. He is my maestro. I'm his apprentice. I think I mentioned a few times before. And then the second one we have is Elazar Brenner. He is also a maestro mezcalero. He is out of San Luis Amatlan, which is a good distance away from the valley where we make our tobla and our habali and our espadín. So it gives it a different flavor. So the locations of the two maestro mezcaleros are two different valleys. With the espadín and Angustifolia, we're still sitting in Mitla, which is about an hour outside of Oaxaca City to the east. And then the 30% of the Lyobaa itself is actually in San Luis Amatlan. So that is a little further away and kind of more towards the south, and about 2.5 hours roughly out of Oaxaca City. So each valley you go to or each village you go to, they're going to say they have the best mezcals in the world kind of thing. And so let's bring them both together and create an amazing mezcal, which is just going to be this the Purple Heart, the Lyobaa and Angustifolia mix. The aging time period in it is the Angustifolia is the same. It's 7 to 10 years based on its maturity. Some mature at 7 and that 10 in between. And then when you have the Lyobaa anywhere from 12, 14, 15 years really to get this in your hand too. So that is in two different areas. So now you're going from Mitla, which has different plants there, different altitude, different soil. So you're getting a different taste from that open tub fermentation to the San Luis down there. So you're getting a different valley, different altitude, different vegetables and energy down there, creating different ones. And we do a full distillation on these separately. And the reason we do them separately and we add them after they're fully distilled is that you maintain still the uniqueness of each one of them. If you took both agave plants, throw them in a tub, it's a fermentation tub together, and let them ferment together, you would lose a lot of the very distinct, in my opinion, distinct flavors of each of those agave plants. This way, you still have the soul being the soul mezcal being the espadín, and then you have this rarity, wild, cultivated Lyobaa. It has a totally different taste, so you're bringing them both together. So when I sip it, when I first smell it, you get a nice, almost a little bit of pepper with a citrus on it. I'm not the best when it comes to smelling these, so I'm going to prefer to taste it. It just rolls nice. Just smooth. It's got a little citrus to it, a little pepper. Not getting a whole lot of smoke from it. It's just really smooth. And I talked about it earlier, it's complex. So you can really feel as it goes down, it has a slight little burn, but it's a nice gradual burn. It's just really, really nice. And you can see the legs on the glass there too. It's just how it moves. It's just, it's just fucking fantastic. Is what it is. I really like this one. Slowly becoming my favorite. Still my Blue Heart, my Tobola right now is my favorite. But this is getting really close. Each time I taste it, I'm just amazed by it. The wood we use, we're generally using pine when it comes to an earthen oven, but once we get it and fermentation is done and we put it into the distillation, the copper stills, we use mesquite and oak. Because as you're learning more and more, you're trying to keep the fire and the heat at a certain level for a certain amount of time. If it goes up too much or goes down too much, it's not sustained. That's going to ruin the actual distillation process. And especially when you're working with Lyobaas and the Jabalís and the Tobolas, you really have to have the right person working on the right maestro or mezcalero, because not all mezcaleros will work on those plants. So the Purple Heart, we use a twice distillation, which is most of our mezcals. We do a twice distillation, except for our Red Heart, and that is the Jabalí. The Jabalí, we do a triple distillation on that particular one. We have a tendency in the States, or I'm not sure where it comes from, we're looking for notes, right, a notes profile. As we kind of really dive into things, when you work with the maestro mezcalero and you're asking about notes and so forth, they always just kind of give you this stupid gringo look, and it truly is to them. It's either bueno or no bueno, and this is muy bueno. So that is the Purple Heart, the Lyobaa and Angustifolia combination, and again, it to me is becoming one of my favorites, and it is starting to disappear. Hasta luego.